I want to tell y'all something. This is for Doug Miller, Walmart corporate office. And the corporate office, when I worked at 1216, Grizz took me across the street over there. I didn't have my CBL license and I didn't have none of those things. But, Grizz do not got the same color skin as me. But he learned how to accept me. But he also learned how to teach me how to drive a scrubber, how to get on the scrubber, how to use a forklift. He take me right to the corporate office. Let me tell you something. I want them to know, even though Grizz wasn't a manager, he's a man more than you, Doug Miller. More than y'all will ever be. He's a man more than Charles and the black people that love to judge personality. And I want to tell you something. And I'm putting this in here / Justice Department. We dealing with the same person that he take me to NASCAR. He take me to do all of these things. And he don't judge me. And he's more of a man than you ever will be. And I want him to know that. He's more of a man than you ever can be. So I want to let him know about something, and I want him to know about something. Because this is going to be / Doug Miller / Justice Department. And when you look on that camera, I want you to know something. I didn't have a CBL, but he taught me. And I miss him for that. I miss him because what he stands for and the things that he stands for. He didn't judge. He didn't do anything. When the Justice Department look on your clock and they see you at 1216, see all the things I done did, and you judged. But I want to let you know something. I asked you why Grizz left. Why Grizz left, Doug Miller? This is going to be / Justice Department / Doug Miller / those things. Why did he left? I told the Walmart CEOs, don't change your mind because of other people. Because of Doug Miller and his behavior. We already talked about how you stole my ideas. We already talked about me calling in 2019 and you stole my Walmart van idea. We already told that in the corporate office. When I called you, I had your number in my phone and I had your other things in my phone. And it tells you, do you want your social media contacts, your phone contacts to contact with your social media? It tells you on anything. You lied and stole my ideas. You say to get what I want, honesty. I gave another example where jealousy was on your clock at this other store. The way this girl rolled the eyeballs at me. This is fun because I'm on this camera and my other phone and rolled her spirit behavior. The spirit behavior. You talk about honesty, but you ain't giving it. You talk about stuff, but you act like you're on my side and you're on God's side. You know why you asked Trump about, it was going to be racism, whatever they ask you. But let me tell you something. You have broke rules that's beyond your means. When they look at that camera and see me interacting with customers, they're going to see jealousy, Doug Miller. They're going to see when my old friends come and hug me. When Robert first met me, he was acting jealous. He saw me stocking. He was like, you talk about leadership. You have no leadership because you can't see jealousy. I don't see demons. I want you to know something. I don't see demons. I came up with a Walmart idea, another Walmart idea. We're going to have TVs on interest, but we're also going to change the electronics. We're going to change electronics up. the Walmart backgrounds of electronics. We are going to have Walmart music mobile downloads. Walmart music mobile downloads. Or I came up with another idea. Those vans that you got, you stole it. And you know you stole it. You know you stole those ideas. But let me tell you something. We are going to change the digital background of the electronics. But also, when we change the electronics, Walmart digital ground electronics for music entertainment is going to have video backgrounds in those things. Those things are going to stand for something. So on every interest, you have Trap Boy Big, Trap Boy Freddie Big, and DJ Cali Big, and everybody out there. On every Walmart entrance, we're gonna have a TV. Every Walmart Supercenter is gonna have a TV. You're gonna have cable. You're just not gonna be in to step out your car with the TV. You're gonna be able to step out. When you step out your car, you are going to be able to see Sam Walton talking, all the Walmart CEOs, the interviews with the managers. Those things are going to be talked about, right? You're going to be able to see all of those things, and all of those things are how the things are done, right? So imagine in every Walmart Supercenter, it got a big flat screen TV on an entrance, and you're making a paddle. You're gonna put an overhead to keep the rain from coming out. And when you walk out of every Supercenter, you're gonna have those things. You stole my ideas. And when I called you in 2019, you tried to play me, your corporate office. Oh, that's not your stuff. What you trying to say? So a Walmart is a corporate office, right? And I had your number in my phone, right? You talk about leadership and you have no leadership. You talk about honesty, but you lied to your employees and you lied to your customers, and your customers call me a liar. You don't know honesty when you know honesty. I told them you don't have to change your mind about me. But God don't want you to change your mind about me. God said change need to happen. And we need to, God children need to sit at the table. I told you one thing why I had a problem with my relationship. Why I had a problem. My baby mama was working there. When I filed the civil rights, was complaining about my relationship. You told me to get what I want, honesty, right? Honesty is to get what I want, right? So you talk about honesty. Do you know honesty? Do you know those things? I told Joe Biden, don't believe a damn word you say. And I told him when I filed a civil rights complaint on the Justice Department, I asked the Justice Department and I told him, God said, you got to decide. This is not a racial thing. You got to decide what side you be on. You have to decide those things. You talk about honesty and you don't know honesty. But I said, God wants you to know, don't let this one man and other people that worked at 1216 and 2996 judge me. Judge the way we do things and the way America. I answer Russia, right? Russia, I talked to a Russian kid on that thing. And I wish they teach they more about the black culture, because the kid called me an N-word. I don't like you. They said America dumb. America ain't dumb. We work too hard. When we work hard, we see the results. When we push ourselves, we see greater. And those things can't be matched. You talk about honesty. Do you talk about honesty? We already explained what the Dallas rap community did. We already explained those things. We already explained with the mayor's behavior and about Social Security, why I say what I say to get the Social Security attention. We already got that identified already, Doug Miller. But can you understand it? I'm willing to, let me tell you, I will keep pushing myself. Even when I'm 70 years old, you might catch me in college in 80. Because I'm willing to push my mind to the farthest limits. LOFE talked about corporate office and this guy personality off. I understood what my customers wanted in the spirit, and we understand those goals. But you need to understand those goals, right? Do you understand those goals, Walmart corporate office? See, if I was a Walmart CEO, I would put it like in stocks. I would let people put it into their pay raise. I would let people put $20, not just into their stock, into their full time raises, they full time raises. You could put $20, and we would have to pay you what you put in, and still have that. I would let you put into your pay raise, not just your full time wage, your full time into your pay raise. You get to put $20 in your pay raise, not just in your stocks. You talk about honesty, but you don't know how to give it. You talk about those things and you don't know how to get it. You act like God said you would deceive me and your employees would deceive me because of the deceptive, what I'm talking. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about God say the deception of humans, the plot of deception. You ain't with me. Your people ain't with me. My black people that judge personality, they ain't with me. That can't understand God, children, and you talk about numbers. But God said, your black people and your people can beat me and all they want. But I know God. And I know when I need to push myself to the farthest limits to stop what you so pale hold and understand. You talk about leadership, but you don't have it. You talk about personalities. Why I got a raise, right? When my manager Shoni asked, when the manager Shoni said, I don't have great customer service. She criticized my customer service when I'm doing good with my customers. But everybody want to use me, right? What Jessica say, we can use him, right? Instead of being what your manager said, we can use him, right? With that Jessica live 15 feet away, this person say, if he come manager, I'm quitting. Because he's scared because of my ambition. I'm telling him to look at the camera with Robert, right? Look at the camera where Robert was scared when I first met Robert and when he saw how scared. And what the corporate people was coming in there, saw me stocking, and look how their behavior was. You want to use somebody, but you don't want to. I don't want your leadership. You're a liar. And you're about your money. But the black person that's not going to agree with me, they're going to go against that, right? They don't like me when I sit up there and they look at them. Your camera going to talk everything and all that, right? They're going to say I'm a snitch. I don't give a fuck when I see my black, excuse my language. I don't care when I see my spirit, when I see the spirit of my people behavior and the way they act towards me. in the spirit of the facial expression. We don't care because we know something that's big. You talk about these things, but do you understand it? Don't talk about leadership and the people that's with you, black and white. They're gonna judge and they're gonna outcast me because the personality, because we don't agree on the same topic. I see this spirit. God sees it. But I want people to know at that store 12 to 16, across the street at that other home office building, I want them to know me when they look at the camera with me and Grizz across the street. Grizz took me everywhere to learn things, but you judge, right? When Charles walked away from me, racism walked away. You talk about honesty, but you ain't giving honesty. Your black people, our black people are still betrayed with attitude and say words out there, right? But you want the law. You know, I told the civil rights, any name callings out of your employees, they will be arrested. If your police, and I told us that's a racism. That's racism when a black man don't agree on the same things and your employees don't agree on the same topic and they judging personality. The police got to decide what side they're going to be on. Is they going to be on your lying side? Are they going to be on a black man that's calling names with a white man? What they going to be? I have been known who I am. But I want to tell you this. I'm not sacrificing. I want all of my money put back on my income. I don't want to work for these businesses no more. I'm done with them. You made your decision when you decided to lie and say I stole something because I was reading books and your employees got mad, your marketing manager and Rob couldn't take it. Let's talk about how jealousy he was. But you stand for something, right? Doug McMillan, honesty comes from truth. It don't come from lies. It comes from truth. And God said, I don't care who you take pictures with. But my love for him and that American flag is so much bigger than you. And the people that judge personality, I will keep pushing myself. I don't need a degree. I read this book, I got a magazine about the power of positivity leadership. I told him to look at that electronic and see that marketing manager acting jealous in the spirit. If they got a camera by that electronics area, see that marketing manager facial experience where me and Billy was talking about things. You talk about leadership. Do you have it? Can you tell your people the truth? Can you tell your employees the truth? Why I was incompetent? Why? Let's talk about why I was incompetent. One of the reasons why I was incompetent the first time because I wouldn't say I was a Walmart CEO. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you. I don't want them to change their mind because you're lying and the way that black people see things in the personality. God said if they want to leave the business, let them leave. If they don't want to shop because of a black person judging, let them leave. What I'm about to do, I'm about to tell civil rights and I'm about to tell against the White House and everybody that's voting for Trump and everybody else, and they talking about their tax dollars. God said, and I saw an American flag with Trump on there. God said, doesn't matter if you act like you with me and you're not with me. And you act like you with me, but you're not with me. But God want to know this. It doesn't matter what you say on that piece of paper. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you vote. It doesn't matter what. It's about how you act in the spirit. It's how you treat others that will make all of the difference. That will make all of the difference. How can we understand those meaning to understand the perfects of those things? God said we won't understand those matters. But don't talk about leadership and you ain't giving the truth and honesty. Don't talk about those things where you deceive and the community was misbehaving. You should have thought about that before you messed up. So I know what I know. I'm the architect of it. And they're going to be able to figure out that you lied, right? That you lied and you care what other people think. That's why businesses are never going to be great, because it doesn't matter what goes on. You care what other people thinks, but you don't care about the business. You don't care about how we getting treated. You don't know leadership like you know leadership. I didn't went on other CEO platforms and they talked about how to attack the things in our society. And we talked about that on other CEOs' Walmart platform. Listening to each other, it makes all the difference. Listen, just like our government, when the guy told me to shut up and didn't want to listen to me about the call center, about the when the call center told me to call, and he told me to shut up. And listen, that's not how you treat somebody. Just like when I called the US.gov, I didn't like the way the conversation ended. She got agitated. She could have did a lot more stuff different. Get to a coworker. Let me get to my manager. Look at me. Let me get to somebody that's working aside of me that can be able to help you out more. They not willing to go the distance. They not willing to go the distance for God's children. They're not willing to go the distance to ask these questions. Let me get somebody else to help you. I don't know. And the US.gov, she wasn't willing to help. She was just willing to just, bam, let's get somebody else. Let me get to a line and get a coworker and keep on transferring me to people that can be able to help you out. And US.gov government, they're not willing to do that. Those things are not willing to do. So that's the problem I have. Even when I was on the clock, at 7 hours in the deli, a lady came and asked about a product in the meat department. And two of the employees say, no, nobody's not back there. I asked the lady, do you want me to go get somebody? She said, no, I'm just going to go to another store, right? And when she said that, then she asked somebody when there's a bakery. They said no. And she going through the halfway through the aisle, I told my employees to hold up for a second. To hold up. I'm gonna go get the employee because I know Jessica always having her back there. Jessica always having her back there, right? I went and got her. I went and got him back there in the meat department. He said he got the product. I went and ran back there. Even if the product wasn't back there and we didn't have the product, right? And we did not have the product. I would have been like, this is what I would have did. I'd have been like, hey, let me go in that deli, go in there and call a store, call another store, and I say, hold up, let me get set this price. I would drop that price down for you, and you won't get it at the same because I know it's other competition around it. I'm not gonna take that chance for you to go to Kroger's, Albertsons, and other stores around there. I'm gonna actually drop that price lower than what that price, $20 down, since you going out your way, and I know that's other business, so I was gonna get right on that thing and be like, hold up, let me call another store. And I can get with my manager about calling this store and dropping that price down. About dropping that price. And that's the thing with that situation. So understand those things. So understand those things and how we understand it. I know when I'm on that clock, I told James this, and I had to tell the Social Security. I didn't say I was gonna coming back. I said when I went to Atlanta, I wanted to find out the personalities. I did not say I was gonna. If I was, I did promise change those things. I told James I wanted to go to Atlanta and find out the personality, and I went there. I went to go see where can I fit in it. If you ain't gonna treat me right, and that's the main thing I told James, and I'm gonna tell the Justice Department. I told James, look, while I'm in Atlanta, when my baby mama having a critical situation, I'm going to see if I can fit in with the personality. Just scope everything and see how I like it, and then check it. And I started talking to everybody. I started interacting with. It's some things I liked it and I didn't like about the personalities of me connecting with people. And I went to Atlanta. It's about me connecting with people. I say, look here, I really want to just figure out the different personalities. So I went to every Walmart in Atlanta, and I say, hold up, if I decide to move down here, let me find out the personality. Let me see where I can fit in and just be able to work as a team when I'm around a new surroundings, and that'll be so good around that surrounding. So and I wanted to be around that. I wanted to let me. I'm saying, hold up. This is let me just go and handle Georgia. So I started this interacting and talking to everybody, talking to the managers in Hampton, Georgia, and Atlanta. I started talking to everybody at the other Walmarts and started just talking to everybody at the dressing rooms in Atlanta, Fayetteville, Walmart, everybody. Just started interacting with the deli, just started connecting and just trying to get that feeling where I can more where I'm needed at and I saw some things where I can be needed. Some things I saw and I'm like, I don't want to be here when I came to talk to rappers. Some things I saw like, nah, because I feel like I can actually be needed at another Walmart. And maybe we can understand the personality when we get in a new situation, how they won't act up like 2996 and 1216 did. So I really wanted my thing was about me just finding the personalities and seeing if these people are really team players and I can work with them and everybody put in the work and won't criticize. That was really that was really what I wanted. And that was the most important thing of me just connecting and going around connecting with everybody in Hampton, Georgia, and Fayetteville, and Atlanta, and going to the Atlanta security, going to the thing. That was really important. So that was really important. And one of the people in the deli over there, and they said, Hubert, you don't have to pay for that. I say, nah, I'm gonna pay for it. Just because I'm a Walmart employee, that doesn't mean I no, I'm gonna pay for it like everybody else. I know we family, but I'm gonna pay for it like everybody else. And I was like, no, I'm gonna pay for it. Family, we love you. And they would say, you don't have to pay this. Go, no. I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pay for it. Just because I'm on a clock, that doesn't mean nothing. I'm off the clock. Family, look at the family. And that's what they wanted to show me in Hampton, Georgia, and Fayetteville, Atlanta. And they wanted to show me, you family, Hubert. You family. Let's have this. And I said, nah, I'm going to pay for it. You see how other people went to Walmart and they stole. And Chris Palmer, I used to work with at 1216, he got fired from Walmart because he stole at another store. And I said, I'm gonna pay for it, even though we family and y'all care in Atlanta, Walmart and Atlanta, and we care. I said I'm gonna pay for it because I don't want them to think wrong. And sometimes you gotta think of your coworkers And we family. Just because I work at another walk, we family. It does not matter anything. We are still family. I'm just off the clock. You know what I'm saying? I'm just on thing. But I didn't tell him same thing I told Sister Kat. I didn't tell him that I was gonna come back. I didn't promise anything when I told James. And I told him I didn't promise anything. I wanted to get the feeling of the personalities. And I wanted to get the feeling of those things. So I wanted to get the feeling of the personality. Some things I like. When I went in the back room, a lady tried to deceive me and tell me this and this and that. I already know how things is. So there's some things I liked at some Walmart, and some things I didn't like. How they talked and how they discussed business of me going to the back room and talking. There's some things I like and some things I didn't like when I went to other Walmarts. There's some things I didn't like. So those things I had to understand the bigger meaning for those things. So I had to understand these things and understand these things real well. So we had to understand those things. But I know when my customers not gonna always have their eyes on the product. They're gonna always have they're gonna look at the corner of their eyes on the product. And you gotta understand when I was in a deli and I was in a deli or I go back there and ask my employees and I go back there and look for the product. I go back there and look for the product. So if my coworker busy and he work in the mate department, I'm gonna go back there and ask where yeah, I'm gonna go back there and look. I'm not gonna just say we don't have the product. Let's go back there and look. Let's go beyond and beyond for my customers. And even at that milk is a low price, I'm still gonna go down there and tell them, hold up. Let me go see. If you're gonna go to another store and another thing, I'm gonna go drop that price down for you. At that milk could be cost 4 or 5 something. That milk. Because no, I'm gonna drop it down to $3 for you going out that way and we didn't have that milk. I'm gonna drop it down $3. When I shop at Walmart, I'm lactose intolerance. So sometimes they don't have the big bottle of the lactose, like the regular jug of milk. And I hate how the lactose milk made, like the carton made, because it only lasts for a little bit. And that's the problem, like when you're dealing with lactose. You want the big jug of the lactose. But you don't get it like you get the regular milk. And I be so mad with those things. Like, I be so mad. I be so mad. So when I shop and I do these things, we have to understand the meaning of those things. I'm gonna get a thing in that pot and wash your damn mouth. So we had to understand those things. We know what our customers want. And we have to know what our customers want. That is the bigger thing with everything. If on the floor, anything. I can look online. Some things they probably have in stores, but they're not. They're not. It's certain things. We are gonna change the electronics up, the digital form of the electronics. We are changing those things up. We are changing the things up in a major way. So I'm telling the Walmart CEO, don't change your mind because some people behavior in Walmart at 2996 and Robert behavior and other people behavior and Doug Miller behavior. Don't change your mind. because of a disagreement over personality. I stand by God and I stand by those things, and I want to allow you to break those things. I want to allow you to break that thing, and I know God, and I know the love of God. I know these things. I want to allow you to change your mind, and I know God. God said, I told the FBI and I told them, you scared of change? You scared I might shake the foundations of it. Our black people, some of our black people that judge the personality, they scared of change. They scared of what God might do, might shake the foundation. You scared God might break the grounds of Walmart. It might evolve even more. Is you scared? God said it's time for a change. Is you ready for that change, Walmart? Is you ready for Walmart to evolve even bigger than in America? Walmart to evolve even bigger than it is. God said we won't stop. So the more your employees treat me bad and you lie to your employees, and I don't want them to change their mind, and they calling me a liar, and you're trying to stay in your power, and I don't want them to change their mind because of your behavior, because you and your jealous employee, look at that camera. I want them to look at it. I want them to look at that camera. I want them to see that camera. I want them to see the spirit of James and Robert. And look at that other store where the other people from corporate office, their spirit behavior. And the other person on a different lane talk shit about me. And you know, after a customer make a complaint, when when a customer, your employee at that store in Addison, and I'm on a different lane on a Frankfurt when he was talking trash after you don't talk trash about a customer and he on a where the other three people from corporate office came there and they were jealous in the spirit. Them other three people, them older white guys that was from corporate office, and I saw their spirit. I want them to know me, guys. Look, I got my tablet in Frankfurt, in Addison, Texas, and they acting jealous in the spirit because I'm talking to the customer, three older white guys, and I see their spirit behavior. They know what I saw. That's why I made the complaint. God said, I know I saw jealousy out your corporate office, the three older white guys. Let's talk about what I saw on Frankfurt after I made that complaint in Addison, Texas. Let's talk about the spirit behavior of the jealousy in the spirit. God said, when you question that, when you question the spirit, and I see the spirit. With the Justice Department, I gave them another example at Whataburger. God says there's some ways that we will win when we can analyze the spirit in the stores and how they look at us, and we can analyze it. God said there's one way that we can win this battle between you. You choose jealousy. That's what you're about? God said, I see your spirit. Don't try to deceive me and play me. Because when you try to play me, you play God. You play America. And they know it. Even though it's deception, jealousy, and they don't agree with it. But in the spirit, if they truly believe in God, God gonna know. Don't talk about honesty and you ain't giving it. Don't talk about honesty and you're not giving it. Don't talk about honesty and you not giving it. But they trying to abuse their power more.